This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your Bullet by Keystone Ultralight, and it's model number 277BHS. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer, walking towards the rear. Okay, and as you can see, you have an outside kitchen, of course. Right around the corner here is a sprayer port, and this here is the sprayer that snaps into it, that plugs into it. Okay, you've got a 110 volt AC refrigerator. As soon as you plug in the trailer, it turns on. You've got scissor type stabilizer jacks that work with a crank or with a 3/4 inch socket on a drill, is what most people do these days. This just pulled out. Okay, I want you to notice that there's a quick connect here for the gas. Let me get down here. This is it right here. And if you look underneath the trailer, right here is a quick connect for the grill. If you can see it, let me get in a better position here. Right there. So you can connect it there. Also, there's another one right there below this outside kitchen to hook this one into. Okay, so you have to plug the LP line in before you use it. Alright, so you got a power awning with a LED strip, outside speakers. This is antenna out and power, in case you want to put a TV out here. This is the service panel for your refrigerator. Okay, down here, if you can see, there's a little hose right there. This one happens to be white. That should always be in that position, so the water or the condensation generated by the refrigerator washes out of the or let me say, drains outside of the trailer. Okay, so it should always be that position or hanging free. Also, there's has a backing plate for a TV mount bracket too, to plug in your TV if you wanted to hang one there. This is your water heater. It works on both gas and electric. The switches are inside. That is your drain plug right there. Keep in mind, when you winterize this trailer, you have to bypass the water heater. You may know this already. I don't know how experienced you are, but you can't pump antifreeze into the trailer without bypassing the water heater. The valves are on the back of it. If you're going to do it yourself and you know, well, then you already know this. If you're going to do it yourself and you don't, you're going to have to educate yourself a bit, but or have it done. But the bottom line is you can't pump antifreeze into the system until you bypass the water heater. Otherwise, the antifreeze will get into the water heater tank and leave a really foul taste and a foul smell that won't go away. Okay, this is your hitch. We'll show you how it hooks up. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. It's a good one. After we've showed you and you go camping, whatever, if you're not familiar with them and you need to refresh your memory, you can always go to their website and they've got links to their hookup video. Alright, the crank for your stabilizer jacks is right there, if you can see it. Okay, let me see what else I'm looking at in here. There is a quick connect hose for a grill. You can see it right there. That would hook up into the connection on the back, of course. And then you've got a dump hose down there and an adapter to adapt your sturdy amp plug down to a 15. Just remember, if you adapt it down and you're plugging it in at home, you can't run your air conditioner on 15 because it'll pop a circuit breaker in your house, so keep that in mind. Okay, you have two 20-pound LP tanks, deep cycle marine battery. Okay, a power tongue jack. If this power tongue jack was ever to fail, you can pull this plug out right here, and that same 3/4 inch crank will go into there, and you can crank it manually if you have to. This is just a plug for if you wanted to purchase a solar panel to charge your battery. That's where you would plug it in right there. Okay. All right. So this is your water station here. So the most common way to get water to your trailer is to just hook up your city water like so and turn it on and you're all set. It pressurizes your whole trailer and you can use all the plumbing features. If you go to a state park or a forest, that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, for example, you can fill your onboard freshwater tank through here. You would just fill it up, and there's a 12-volt pump inside the trailer. I'll show you how to operate that when we get inside. But so you still can use all the plumbing like you normally would with city water, but you just have to carry it with you, so you'd have to obviously fill it prior to using it. Okay, so you have 2 gray tanks on this one. One is generally a galley tank for the kitchen, and one is for the bathroom. This one right here, you can see it's just a gray. So basically you just hook your hose on there and you would pull the valve and dump it. Okay, at the dump station. This one back here is it has both your black and your gray. So let me close them here. Okay. So you would put the hose on here like this and put the other end of the dump station. Now your black tank obviously is toilet water and waste. Your gray one is sink and shower water. So you would pull the black one first and dump it. Then you would pull the gray one and dump it. The reason you do that obviously is because the gray water is cleaner water than the black water. Alright? Then while leaving the black valve open, you would come up here to this. You can see there's a sticker that says make sure that you have the black tank valve open before you turn on the water. But you would hook a hose up to that at the dump station, turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank and clean it out even better. Okay, so that's a very good thing to have, obviously. Let me close that up. Okay, so that's just an outside shower. Hot and cold water, hose things down. Your cord is a 30 amp, 25-foot cord. This is just a coax through, campground cable, that sort of thing. Anything you want to go through to the entertainment area. You have to inspect the roof on your trailer. Like every other trailer, you want to go up there 3 times this summer. Figure in the spring and the fall, and once in the middle of the summer, so 3 times a year. You want to go up there and check all the seals. You're going to look around, check the sealant out, and make sure there's no separation or cracking started. And if you see it, some year you will, you just don't know when. That's why you inspect it, just for peace of mind and to protect your investment. But when you do see that, you have to get it taken care of. It's very important. It's very, very important to inspect your roof. Okay, so this is where your grill would hang, and it's a swing out bracket. And I showed you that under here is the quick connect for it, right there, and I showed you the hose up front. Okay, so let's go inside the trailer. First thing I'm going to do is send the slide room out. So we always check, make sure we got enough room, which we do. Then you look on the sides and make sure no cabinet doors are going to get hit or anything is going to get hit with the slide room so it doesn't damage this stuff. And then you're going to go here, out, and out it goes. Let me switch hands here with the camera. There we go. This particular type of slide out is called an ACU slide, just so you know. ACCU, SLIDE. There are different kinds. This one's an ACU slide. There we go. So that's out. Also, while we're standing here, to extract your or to retract and extend your awning, you're just going to go like this. Okay. Keep your finger on the button. I'm not going to go out all the way because of that trailer there. I don't want to accidentally hit it. So you just unroll it till you can see the awning tube. That's how you know you're all the way out. Okay. Also, there's your awning light there. It's an LED strip. You can see. I can turn it on and off for you. There you go. Never leave this awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, then you're going to roll it in because the wind can come up quickly and damage it in just an instant. So you don't want to, obviously don't want that to happen. I told you there's a water pump inside. So this is how you turn on your water pump if you need to pump water from your fresh water tank. Also, when you use this water pump when you're winterizing it, that's something you'll have to look into. To light it on or to fire it up on electric, it's right here. The water heater I'm talking about now. And to turn your water heater on gas, it's right here. Now never run it without water in the tank. You have to always check to make sure you've got water in your tank, because you'll burn the heating element out really quick. It's not that expensive, it's just a pain, you know. And you don't want to run it with gas because you can damage the tank if there's no water in it. Your levels, you can see right there your battery's totally charged, although you always want to check it when it's not plugged in. The next one is your fresh water. Have a third fresh water because we're still water testing it. You see it graduates up in 1/3 increments. The LEDs light up as it fills. Black tank is empty. Gray tank number 1 is empty, and gray tank number 2 is empty. That number 2 is the tank for the sink right here. All right. Okay. Alrighty. So while we're on this area here, I'll just tell you about the about the radio and disc player. This plays DVDs and CDs. It's a radio, AM/FM radio. There are 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside. You can stream through this USB, or from this USB I should say, so you can put your favorite albums right on there and take them with you. You can also hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth with your phone or tablet and play your MP3s that way, or whatever you want to stream. You can stream video too, obviously. So it does a lot for camping. There are more typical radio features. You can read the manual about that, but that covers basically the gist of it. Of course, you got a TV here and it has a swing out bracket that locks into place, as you can see. All right, up here I just need to show you, first of all, they got a light up there. Second of all, I'll have to tighten that down for you, I'm sorry. This right here, you want it to be green like it is now. If you're using the antenna, you can turn it on and off, but you always want it to be green or you won't get a good reception. It'll be a really it might just lock up and you might get nothing out of it. If not, you'll get noise, so you always want it on. It's the booster for the digital antenna. Okay, all right, I'm gonna leave that open so I remember to fix that plate for you. Your thermostat, you're just gonna push the mode button once to light it up. Then you're gonna go through. That's the fan, that's the air conditioner, and that's the furnace, and that's off. Everything has a lag time, so when you turn on the air conditioner, it's going to take 5 seconds or so before it kicks on or kicks off, for that matter. So just be patient. It will kick on. The fan that they're talking about is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. That's all. Also, obviously, you set your temperature up and down right there. To change it, it should be in Fahrenheit right now, which it is, but you can change it to Celsius or back from Celsius. On this model, I believe you push both the temperature buttons at the same time and hold it. All right, that is your grill right there. You have an escape window. I'll show you how that works just so we go through it. You're just basically going to push this through, and you go all the way through with it, and then you would grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and then you would just roll out the window and do a couple flips and land right on your feet. Also, when you're traveling, let's say you're down in New Mexico, we'll say, and you notice that now these blinds are just coming down by themselves. They're not staying in position. Well, the tighter this line is here, the tighter this is here. So if that ever happens to you, you don't have to set service or anything. You just pull this line through here about a ½ inch or so and tie another knot into it, so you make it a little bit shorter and tighter, and that'll tighten it right up. You just don't want to go overboard and break the string, but that's how you tighten them up. It's very simple. Alrighty. On this one, I believe your water pump is going to be accessed. There's 4 screws holding this down here, and your water pump will be under there with a winterizing kit. Okay. This couch is a hide-a-bed, so you pull the cushions right off. Oops, let me put it back here because I'm not going to open it all the way. You're going to pull it up from right here and let it fold out and put the legs down. Then you'll drop the back into place, and you got a 3-panel couch. It's all foam. It's actually comfortable compared to what a hide-a-bed used to be. It's 10 times as comfortable, so it's not so bad. This one here, you just fold up the legs and put the tabletop onto these cleats here. There's one on each side, and then you use the back cushions to fill the space, and you got another bed there. So there's 2. And of course, then you got really large bunks for a trailer, so that's good too. Each bunk has its own little nook, 2 nooks in there, and some power. All right. Okay, so the range hood, that's the fan, and that's the light. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Let me look out and see where I'm at here. Okay, that's good. So the microwave works like any other microwave. You're just gonna turn it on. Your range to light the burners, I think the gas is on, hopefully it is. If not, yeah. So all you do is you're gonna, let me back up so you can see it. You just turn it on to light, and then you turn the sparker clockwise. And you do that for all the burners. Now, for the oven, you have to light it, you have to use a grill lighter with a long neck on it. So down here, all the way to the back, is a pilot light. You can't really see it. Well, you can kind of see it back there. Okay, so what you do is you go to pilot, here, on the oven knob, then you depress the knob. You keep holding it. You continue to hold it, then you would come down here with your lighter and you would light the pilot light. After the pilot light lights, you're still holding this down, you hold it for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature. But as soon as you go back to off, obviously the oven flame goes off, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight it each time you use it, okay? Alrighty. Okay, the refrigerator. This is a Dometic gas absorption refrigerator. So that means it will run on 110 AC or on LP gas. So to turn it on, you just go like that. Okay, then you select your source. In this case, it's going to be auto. They call it auto because it automatically searches for electricity. If it can't find electricity, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Or let's say you're sleeping and you're running it on electricity, and in the middle of the night you have a power outage, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. You can run it dedicated to gas when you're pulling it, for example. You can just go like that. And if this check light comes on, it means it faulted, it didn't light. If that ever does happen, you can just shut it off and turn it back on again, and it'll light the next time. But generally speaking, you're going to be on auto. The only other things to know about this is that because it's gas absorption, it takes a long time to reach operating temperature, so you're going to give it a, if you can start it the day before, better yet. Also, you see the sticker here, the higher you go, the colder it is. When they talk about going higher, they're talking about this device here, which is called a thermistor. This is just a clip that holds the thermistor. The thermistor is on the end of this wire here. But anyway, you're going to slide it up as high as it goes. The higher you go with it, the cooler it gets. So almost always you're going to have it up all the way. I mean, if it gets cold outside, you might have to back it down if it frosts up a bit, but generally speaking, you want it up all the way. Alright? So that's that. This device here is your power converter. What this does is it converts, sorry about my camera work here, it converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. Okay, so there's 110 AC on this side with regular household type circuit breakers. You can see that they're labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You've got automotive fuses, and they're 12 volts, so if they pop or blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see it through this tinted plastic here, so you'd actually know that that's what happened. You want to, this will also sense how much energy your battery has up front, and if it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. If it's charged, it'll just trickle a couple up there, so it always keeps it charged as long as you're plugged in. This device here is your LP gas and carbon monoxide alarm. It should always be green like that. I can do a self-test. You'll go through 2 self-tests, one for each type of gas, one coming up, and then back to green. There, it should always be green like that. Also, if it beeps really slowly, it's telling you that your battery's low. But if this goes off, the alarm goes off, you take everybody outside, you shut off the gas at the front and figure out what's going on, alright? Okay. So, let's see. Have I missed anything at this point? I think we got it all. So, this GFCI in the bathroom, all the plugs will be wired through it. If you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you're going to reset it here. The sink and shower work like any other sink and shower, but the toilet itself, you have to remember it's got a pedal here to flush it, right? So that's residual water pressure. So you can't, I don't have the water hooked up right now, so just that's why it's residual pressure. But what you do is you get to the campground, you hook up your water, you hook up your power, then you're going to just throw your chemical in there, whatever dose of the chemical is you use, and then you're going to step on the pedal, and the water will swirl in there, and you'll put a gallon, excuse me, a gallon or so of water in there, maybe 2, but at least a gallon. There's no way to tell that from a monitor panel. You're just going to use common sense and say that's about a gallon or 2 of water. The bottom line is you have to have chemical in there and water in there to start using it. So therefore, if you filled your black tank and you're going to dump it, and you're staying on the same campsite, you dump the tank, but then you would come back in here and repeat that procedure. Chemical and about a gallon or 2 of water. So anytime the black tank has been dumped and it's empty and you're going to use the toilet, you have to put some chemical and some water in it. Okay? Alright, so I think we've got it here. So there's you can always call us and talk to us if you have issues. We'll always work with you. And every appliance in here has its own little manual. Plus, there's plenty of manufacturers' videos to look at. There's always a way to get information. So you may know all this stuff already. You know, you may be an expert. I don't know, but I'm just kind of assuming you don't, just so I don't leave anything out. So don't hesitate to call us if you need some help. Okay. So thank you very much for purchasing your trailer from National RV Detroit, and goodbye.